Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a Valentine's Day card using my Big Shot and a couple of framelit sets. I want to start off with creating my card base. I'm going to make it 4 1/4 by 11, and then I put it on my Simply Scored and scored it at the 5.5 mark so that my card will actually stand up like so when it's done. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in a piece of Kaleidoscope Designer Series paper. It's strawberry slush, and then it's got a little bit of crushed curry and whisper white, and I'm going to put that as a strip across the front of my card using some snail adhesive. Whoops. There we go, and I think I'll put it down a little bit. Like so. So I've got that ready. Now I want to use my Big Shot to add some decorative elements to the front of my card. So the first thing I'm going to use is my Expressions Thinlits die, and there's one in the package that says love, and so I'm going to die cut that out using my Big Shot. So I've got my magnetic platform, I've got my bottom standard cutting pad, and then I have a scrap piece of basic black cardstock that I want to cut out the love phrase from. Normally, I would suggest that between the framelit and the cardstock, you would put a piece of wax paper, but I am all out of wax paper. So I experimented a little bit and I found something else that works. Although wax paper is your first go-to, but you can use your embossing buddy because the embossing buddy prevents things from sticking. So if you just brush lightly your embossing buddy over top of the basic black cardstock, then put on your framelit, top standard cutting pad. Let's get things out of the way here. And then run it through your Big Shot. It'll work just as well. There we go. So you end up with the basic black cardstock that is sort of stuck to the love framelit. So bring in your paper snips, or if you have a paper piercing tool, use that, and you're going to just poke out the large pieces of basic black from the holes, and then use your paper snips just to poke through the little circles or the little holes on the framelit as well. And what that'll do is it'll start having the paper peel off. So rather than take all the time needed to do that, since I didn't use wax paper, it does work well because I already have done it. I have one already done. And that's how I knew that the embossing buddy would work just as well. So what I want to do is adhere the love to the front of the card, and the best way to do that is to use your silicone sheet. Turn your love phrase over and bring in your two-way glue pen. I'm sure I've told you a million times already how much I love to use my silicone sheet, because any glue that spills over onto it, you just let it dry and it peels right off like a charm. Okay. And I'm going to add my phrase to the front of the card, like so. Now, next thing I want to do is use another set of framelits and add some more decorative elements to the front of the card. So I'll put my silicone sheet out of the way right now. I'm going to bring in my strawberry slush ink pad and some scrap whisper white cardstock. And I am going to use my Hearts of Flutter stamp set, and a couple of the heart images I'm going to stamp, and then I'm going to die cut them out. I've already got the two that I have chosen mounted onto two different clear block bees. I find it's helpful to have a couple of sizes or a couple of the same sizes of the clear blocks. I'm going to stamp that one. And then for my second one, I'm going to do some generation stamping. I'm going to stamp it once, and then I'm going to stamp it a second time because I wanted it to be a little bit lighter so it's not all the same tone for the front of my card. And then the Hearts of Flutter stamp set coordinates perfectly with the Hearts of Flutter framelets. And there's a heart in there. I'm going to pull that out. And I'm going to die cut them using the same sandwich. This time I'm going to have to run it through twice though because I only have one heart framelit. So I'll do this one first. And then peel that off. I'm going to do this one second. There we go. And then I just had a wild idea. I think what I'm going to do is, since I've already stamped the third one, I'm going to die cut it out as well, and I'm going to put it on the inside of the card. There we go. All right. So let's bring back in my card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional for this heart and put it right there. Hopefully you can see that. Let me move it up a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to just use some snail adhesive for my second heart, and I'm going to adhere it down there. And then in the itty bitty punch pack, there's a couple of, or there's 3 different punches, and one of them is a heart. So I think what I'm going to do is punch a black heart, and I have some scrap strawberry slush cardstock, and I'm going to punch a strawberry slush heart, bring back in my silicone sheet and my 2-way glue pen, and adhere these as a final touch for my card. Let's see. I'm going to put the strawberry slush one there, and I'm going to put the black one. Now, if you don't want to use black hearts on your card, that's just perfectly fine. Let's see, where do I want to put this one? I'll put it right there. You could use the crushed curry because that's another color in the designer series paper. And there we go. It's a really cute little Valentine's Day card that I created using my Big Shot and a couple of framelit sets. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements I used to make this card, hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While on my blog, don't forget to be a newsletter subscriber. I have a newsletter coming out this week that has lots of celebration product ideas for you to try at home. You can look through my blog for lots of other sample ideas. You can place an order for the products I used to make this Valentine, or you can join some of my online clubs. You don't have to live near me to stamp with me. I'm Terry. I am nuts about stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.